LA and the world are still reeling from Sunday's tragedy that took the life of Kobe Bryant and 8 others. And the people closest to Kobe are now sharing their stories about him. Joining me now is Jeremy Treatman, Kobe's former assistant coach at Lower Merion High School near Philadelphia. Hey, Jeremy, thanks so much for joining us.
No problem. My pleasure.
Of course, I want to ask you first, how are you and how have you been handling the news of Kobe's passing?
I think I'm struggling today because I've left the Lower Merion community. I'm here in Florida, and I'm missing everybody from Lower Merion. We were all comforting each other, and I think it's sinking in a little more every day that this really happened. The shock and the sorrow is kind of wearing off, and now it's just like the disbelief's wearing off, and it's like this really happened, and now it's just sad, 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 sad. And I'm looking at all the old videos and reading all the articles. I didn't touch the papers or listen to radio or TV for 3 days, and now I'm starting to, and it's like unbelievable. And I reached out to all the old teammates from the 95-96 team in the last 24 hours, and everyone's crying. And it's like, now I wish I was back at Lower Merion and back with Coach Downer and Doug Young, the people closest with Kobe. I think I needed a little more time, but I'll be fine. I mean, my relationship with Kobe really was from 1992 to 2003, but that doesn't matter. Those 11 years were priceless to me, more than ever. And gonna miss this guy, and I really wanted to see the next chapter of his life and hopefully get reacquainted and get to re-know him again.
Yeah, definitely. There's people that have never even met Kobe that, really are hurting as well. But you had a special relationship with Kobe. You were a reporter back then when he was in high school, and you predicted Kobe's success. Can you tell me why you knew he was going to be so successful at just 16 years old?
Well, he was younger than that, where I really thought he was going to be great. I first met Kobe because his father was coaching at Akiba Hebrew Academy at a Jewish day school on the main line. He was the girls' coach, and I was the boys' coach. And he would bring Kobe around, and he was like 13, 14 years old, and he was practically dunking in the side basket. And I asked Joe, Jelly Bean Bryant, I said, is he going to be pretty good? He goes, Jeremy, he's so much better than me by far at this age. It's not even close. I said, are you saying he's going to be better than you when he gets older? Because you were a pretty darn good NBA player and an MVP in the Italian League. He goes, it's not even going to be close. He's going to be so much better. And then when I got to see him play in ninth grade, Coach Downer turned to me and maybe one other assistant, Mike Egan, and I remember him saying this. He goes, does anybody but the three of us realize that Michael Jordan is in our gym? And Kobe was only 14 years old at the time. Oh. And we all knew it, but it took 3 years of convincing other people. So, and then I wrote his first article in the newspaper before he even played a game in ninth grade. And it's so eerie to read it now. It says, remember this name, Kobe Bryant will be a starting ninth grade guard for the Lower Merion Aces. Gives me chills just saying it right now.
Yeah, it gives me chills as well. He was, as you said, a star from the very beginning. We know he was drafted straight out of high school to the NBA. We know that side of Kobe. But what was he like as a teenager?
There's a lot of stories that were coming out, in the 90s and early 2000s and even up to the 2010, 11, 12, that he wasn't a fun teammate and he was a different kid. He wasn't at all. He was a perfectly normal teenager. We had so much fun with him on the team. His teammates loved him. His teammates loved being pushed by him. His coaches loved pushing him, and he loved pushing right back. And as a basketball student for Coach Greg Downer, who, by the way, I think is an absolute genius, and he's been handling this very, very well. He did an incredible press conference the other day. And, he's won 2 state championships and been in 2 other state championship games since Kobe. Kobe really started our dynasty at Lower Merion High School. But I thought he was a fun, normal kid. He was a beautiful kid. He's articulate. He spoke 3 languages. He had great grades. He had great SAT scores. He could have gone anywhere. If Kobe Bryant was Kobe Johnson, an unknown, he still would have got into Duke. I mean, he was very smart. He was gregarious. We had fun with him. And these stories that he was all by himself are completely fabricated and untrue, at least at the high school level. He was a regular student at Lower Merion High School, and everyone loved him.
Yeah. And we know how much Kobe means to us here in Los Angeles, but obviously you were telling me everyone at Lower Merion was coming together. We have heard there were memorials outside the high school. What is the emotion like there? Because it's really where Kobe, he came from and where it all started.
I'm shocked that this has an international impact at the magnitude it is. I knew it was big. I knew this could have the feel of when JFK was assassinated, or when Marilyn Monroe died, or when Princess Di died. But it truly, really has that impact. He had this impact on people who didn't know him that I guess I didn't realize. I mean, I certainly know that the people who knew him were devastated, and I know the whole city of Los Angeles and California is devastated, and all of Pennsylvania is devastated. But to see the world being devastated, is pretty amazing. And I think it's because greatness has just died at an age of 41 with his daughter. It's in such a tragic way, in an unheard of helicopter crash. Nobody can put their fingers around, nobody can wrap their minds around what happened. I mean, to such an iconic figure who had so much more to live. He's not just a great NBA player and then you'll never hear from him again. He already won an Oscar, already won an Emmy. He's already building a business. Was always read in children's books. He was starting an empire. He had a Mamba Academy. He was going to be even better in his next chapter than he was as a player and a person. I mean, he apparently was this amazing father and was living for his four girls and was coaching. The daughter died. It's just so tragic. We're all taking it very hard. It's very, very difficult.
And I thank you so much, Jeremy Treatman, former assistant coach of Kobe Bryant at Lower Merion near Philadelphia. Thank you so much for speaking with us and sharing your
No
memories
problem
of
at all.
Kobe.
Thank you. No problem.